Oh, we clocked in. Hey, what's going on, party people? Hi. It's definitely a pleasure to have you here. Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. I go by the name of L'Esprit. I am a spiritual healer. And technically, as a spiritual healer, what I do pretty much is that I help people to become mentally and emotionally balanced. Now, when I'm talking about emotionally balanced, I am not referring to, let's just say, being polite or not raising your voice, you know. But mainly what I'm referring to is you being in charge of your own emotion. And that being in charge implies you understanding how your emotions are being created, for you to identify your emotional pattern, and last but not least, you would have to be able to remove or redirect any type of blockages. In a nutshell, that's what I'm referring to when I'm talking about emotionally balanced. So it's a lot more than just dealing with your emotions. You have to understand them, but most importantly, you would have to have the ability to transmute them, by using what's something called emotional intelligence, meaning you're able to shift. As you're shifting your gear, you're shifting your emotion too. So, I mean, it's a direct connection, you know what I'm saying? But they can only come together once, I mean, both parts has to be under control, and that's how you align them. So technically, by you being emotionally balanced, I'm simply referring to helping you to master your emotions. Now, in addition to that, when I'm talking about being blah, 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 mentally balanced, we're talking about you being in control of your mind. So it's literally mind control, but you are the controller. There's no way you could be, let's just say, independent, and then other people are taking care of you. It doesn't make you independent. You know what I'm saying? You are dependent. Do you see what I'm saying? So with that same idea, like you can't be under mind control or other people are controlling your mind and you claim to be mentally balanced. It's not gonna happen. It doesn't work that way. So that's why, as a spiritual healer, I talk about culture. I talk about so many different things because all of these things are pretty much what how your mind is being shaped or is being conditioned. So truly to master your mind, you have to understand how your mind is being shaped. How is it being influenced? How does it work? So by having those two in alignment, once you have that in alignment, because your emotions also has a big influence on the way on your perspective, right? That's what you'll see people tell other people, like when you're in love, man, you just don't see things correctly, right? So that emotion somehow is I don't say blocking your vision, but I mean but also with the emotion being in alignment too, it could its job is to expand the vision. Because when you become both mentally and emotionally balanced, you become whole, but most importantly, you have a better or bigger perspective of things. Like someone, let's just say, who's truly, let's just say, logically based. That person at times, because everything is so logical, there are certain things that they would miss out, like they would become very rigid, pretty much. I mean, if it's all business, it's all business. But if you put a little bit of heart in it, I mean, it's still gonna be business, but I don't have to step on you. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, does it have to be 1,000,000%? Fuck everybody. Or if we're talking about in terms of even having a bigger perspective, if you're emotionally hurt, you don't know how to handle your emotions. It will impact your vision. That's why you'll see most people who are, let's just say, um, who are not emotionally balanced. Those people who get triggered and things that way and things like that. They think a certain way, and that perspective, that thinking, based on that understanding, derives. Do you see what I'm saying? It's all connected. So those two have to become in balance. So as a spiritual healer, pretty much that's what I do, and and I help people to pretty much identify these things so you can master them. That's pretty much what it is. Now, if you're coming back, you already know. It's always a pleasure having you here, baby. Let's break some bread. We know exactly what we do here. Let's go ahead and do it. Now, as part of my routine, guys, I always like to, talk a little bit about what spirituality is, because as a spiritual healer, spirituality is the tool, or if you want to say the Bible that I use to convey the message, or well, not even just to convey a message, because I am that message. Like that understanding, that life, pretty much, and that's how we're given sight. I mean, sights to the blinds. But anyway, it's important for you to understand what spirituality is, because it's pretty much what we're doing here. And again, it all comes down to also mind control too. So I guess the Indian call it like this, not just an illusion, but they refer to it. Let's just say if you go into college, they call it like a material schooling. And the reason why they call it that, or they label it as that, because they don't, like in those universities, technically the only thing you learn is, it's the outside, the material world, not necessarily having a deeper understanding of your true nature. And the funny thing is, if you don't know who you are, like your perspective, because just the other day I was saying, like I had my son next to me, he's 5, doing Spider-Man and all that shit, right? So now when this nigga, like his reality, we're in the same space, but we're sharing different realities. Based on my understanding, then I have a deeper understanding of this reality. Meaning I don't see it as he's seeing it now. I laugh because I remember I used to do that kind of shit too. Or I even encourage him to do it. Or I'm shit. I can relate. This nigga got nothing on me. Shit, we've been playing together. We're gonna play together, man. What Spider Man? Man, shit. So again, so I'm showing you pretty much, there's a book called The Kabbalion, and they talk about the mind. I mean, the all is the mind is all. Again, these sacred texts are there to give you a deeper understanding of what's in front of you. They're helping you to know your true identity. So when we're talking about spirituality, spirituality pretty much is everything about you. It's your true identity. Due to ignorance and the way society is actually you being trained or your mind is being shaped, you don't see yourself as more than, I don't know, like is there anything else to you? Is there anything more to you? Even when we're talking about knowledge, we're talking about growth in itself. Fuck spirituality for a second. I mean, it's all part of it, but let's just dumb it down for a second. Even your logical life, it's not what the fuck it seems. You know what I'm saying? Like when you were younger, you probably, I don't know, like you probably want a fat ass. But if you man up, I mean shit, I'm not saying you shouldn't go for the fat ass, but the fat ass is not gonna be the first thing in mind. Again, your growth, a different reality. Still the same fat ass that you were losing your mind for, but you're growing up, right? So therefore, you look at shit differently. Certain bitches that you used to talk to, you wouldn't talk to anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, even at this level, life is not what it seems. So therefore, if only if you understand that, that should lead you to who the fuck are you? Even something common such as having been in a fucking relationship. That shit is complicated as fuck. That's how you have to do your own shadow work, meaning, because if you don't do that and that person, it's not gonna work. And that's what a lot of you motherfuckers been through, including myself. Well, if you understand what the fuck that shit is. Because apparently this has turned into the battle between the sexes, then you lose yourself even more if you go that route. You know what I'm saying? But if you take look at it as a lesson for you to elevate yourself, because that's what the experience is all about. You're living this life, man. How do you make the best out of it? Well, the smarter you get. So that's why when you see this title, we're talking about, what I'm saying, only the devoted one will be saved. But again, to get back to spirituality a little bit, so I'm showing you, even if we were to dumb it down, even if you're talking about your speech, what the fuck do you think anybody's doing when they talk? They're reflecting their fucking ideas, their mentality. You say who you are in your speech every day, even when you choose not to say anything. So I'm just saying your nature, that's why we understand what the fuck energy is. You being spirit. The niggas. But there's so many layers you would have to go through or understanding, the more you develop your inner vision, then you'll have a better grasp or understanding of your outer reality. Why? Because they are one of the same. That's why us, ascending masters, we understand, or returning masters, because there are a few of us, because we are the one who are devoted to this fucking type of knowledge. In fact, shit, well, let's talk about it. I mean, even if you're doing a diet, you got to be devoted to anything you're fucking doing for you to get any results out of. If you're gonna get any results out of it, you got to be devoted to it. Devoted simply means, hey, that's what you do every day, man. You're doing that every day. So when you understand who you are, then you're gonna be doing that every day. You know what I mean? That's what we're calling your Krishna consciousness or your Christ consciousness, your Buddha becoming the enlightened one, the illuminated one. All of these things. It's referring to you pretty much knowing who you are and being in your essence, being able to actualize that divinity in you. Do you see what I'm saying? But only the devoted ones will be able to be saved. Meaning, like again, if you're doing a diet, man, like that's why they tell you, even if you're working out, you gotta make it a lifestyle. You gotta make it a lifestyle, man. In other words, what the fuck they're truly telling you. You gotta be devoted to it. You can't do that shit halfway, motherfucker. You can't do nothing halfway. If you do, you fuck. What? Don't they say the way you do some things is how you do everything? Damn, I just got quiet here for a second. The fuck? I mean, I know I'm talking to myself, but I felt like, okay, what the fuck? Anyway, and I'm talking to y'all too, but it just the shift. Anyway, okay, well, it could be a few of my heroes around here. Hey, nigga, we're gonna dance. But anyway, just to wrap wrap up pretty much, to summarize pretty much, spirituality is you and your true nature. It's more than what it appears, meaning you are more than your physical body. Oh shit, how do you know? Well, I mean, look around you. That's why there are so many signs niggas are telling you, you know what, man, you gotta know who you are, man. Go inside, find your passion, whatever the fuck. Change your thoughts, change your life. To change that thought, as you change it, you'll be devoted to that thought. You know what I'm saying? That's how the words gotta be made flesh. So pretty much spirituality helps you to understand your true nature, your true identity. That's what the occult is doing. Now, the occult, which is pretty much a hidden culture that talks about your dark side, idea is to let you know who you are. You're true for you to find your true identity. Because just like I was saying just the other day, you can't be a star up there and be in the dark over here. If you're a star, you're gonna be a star everywhere you go. And that's the purpose of you who, let's just say you used to be a star up there, now you're over here. Well, wake up. And when you become that illuminated one, over there, over here doesn't matter. Because you're the star no matter where you go. You know what I'm saying? You have transcended time at this point. So then you bypass, the veil, or you know what I'm saying, those what people would call limitations, or even the whole speech of the physical and the non-physical. You bypass everything. You transcend it. Now you become the one, and that's pretty much what the idea of mind, body, and soul is. But depending on how you're looking at it, right? Because to the pure, all is pure. But to be pure, we're talking about divine qualities in you. There's some inherent like quality in it. That's why it's always been about quality, man. Be fancy, motherfucker. Find your beauty and stay on it. Because, when we talking about you not knowing who you are, that's you being lost in the material world. Because we've been conditioned to look at ourselves as just the physical part of us. So therefore, when you look at life, you're looking at death. Death at this point becomes stop for you because you have not yet been able to see beyond the veil. And that's what you have when you see all, the common people or the regular people. Or even for anybody to even feel like spirituality is not part of you. That idea alone is just, it's out of ignorance. Like it's ignorance. So when you say you are worshiping idols, you are worshiping the materials. But we're not talking just in terms of cars here. But I'm talking about your, I mean, the car is just a reflection of that consciousness of yours. But I'm truly addressing, what's underneath it. Because if you truly know your nature, that's you've become free of these things. That's why you got to go through matter and matter, or whatever the fuck, through matter to be out of matter. That's when it doesn't matter. For it not to matter, when you say it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter. So we're talking about levels of reality that come, or that also comes with, some inner understanding, because your reality is based on that. That's why they call you are the creator. Then when you start to learn about, let's just say, mythology, you're learning about even, what I'm saying, the story of creation. All of these things are shaping your mind. Like when spirit actually took me back to mythology, it opened up my eyes on a whole different level. So I started seeing mythology as a representation of your current society. How you look at mythology, even if we're taking a look at Adam and Eve, well, there's a whole perspective that comes out of that. Your society now is based as Adam and Eve were ashamed of their sexes, or their sexual organ, if you want to say that. It's like, what I'm saying, God created this nigga and look and thought he was fine. Now this motherfucker like just learned some new shit, and now he's looking at his dick as the worst thing ever, being ashamed. And we have a society that motherfuckers are raping motherfuckers, but they wouldn't talk about sex. That's like really. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't tell your son, that's it. That's, what I'm saying. You're saying, oh, that's too much for their soul. Motherfucker, really? How about nose? Is that too much for them? Do you see what I'm saying? So we're ashamed of, and our society's is even the whole women and men shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust these hoes, man. You can't trust these hoes, man. You saw what the fuck happened. It's just been happening for years, man. This shit never niggas would be like, yo, this shit didn't just happen now, nigga. This shit's been happening, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you should check out Eve, nigga, in the Bible. Trapping niggas. So I'm saying all of that to say, if you understand that and see how it have a direct connection to your culture right here, right now, you know what I'm saying? Then you understand that's the narrative. That's how they put you to sleep. That's what mind control is. That's the shit you need to get out of. Motherfuckers. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why you gotta go beyond your culture. You know what I'm saying? As a Haitian nigga, I'm Haitian, but I'm not Haitian, nigga. Uh, Shit, I'm American, but I'm not American, nigga. I embrace it all and I reject it all. But most importantly, what I'm truly saying here is that I have transcended it. So I don't have a bias understanding of reality. Because that biased perspective, that's where your reality stopped. And of course, like shit, you imagine now I'm talking about spirituality. This nigga crazy. He ain't got nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be crazy. I'm showing you the fucking ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, even if you were to look at your body, Let's look at it from fucking. Let's dumb it all the way the fuck down. You sit down. There's a heat in your body, right? Then you when you walk by somebody else, it's like, what the fuck, man? You know what I'm saying? Like even in your DNA, you know what I'm saying? There's information that's being translated from your. That's why the gene, the motherfucker, your kid could look like you. So again, I guess we can actually, I'm saying that to say, well, first of all, I'm saying this to say that, you know what I'm saying, showing you the complexity in things, but it's like, what the fuck? I forgot. Forgot niggas. Mm. Anyway, devotion is the name of the game. See, like everybody's already devoted. You know what I'm saying? You may not be conscious of you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not building your mind, so like, I remember Dr. Lila Africa used to say this shit. Like, a lot of us will practice stupidity every day. It took me a minute to actually grab that. And I was like, oh shit, this nigga's talking dirty. Which is true. Every day, you know what I'm saying? When you don't do anything to better your perspective, essentially what you're truly doing is not helping yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? But when you start becoming conscious, meaning start having a deeper understanding of who you are, your devotion becomes different. Now you start looking, like that's why I tell people, like a spiritual being is a great human being. When we talking about a civilized nigga, it's a true spiritual motherfucker. To be civilized now, you're looking at people based it's quality. The way we treat each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm hungry. Let me just do that. So now you just gotta relax for a second, let it breathe. That's fine. It was just made. It's a little bit hot. You know what I'm saying? And then you're not just gonna, you know what I'm saying, fill your ass up and shit, you know what I'm saying? You can actually eat, nigga. See, you know what I'm saying? And I remember Dr. Lila Africa used to talk about you having a relationship with your food. You know what I'm saying? So what he was doing is trying to get you to see this reality on a different level, on a fucking energetic level. That's what we're saying now. You gotta appreciate the food that you're eating and make sure, you know what I'm saying, you don't want a bitch to cook for you, nigga. They put poison in it and kill you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm truly saying all of that now to say, like to be to activate your spirituality because we are all spiritual beings. You know what I'm saying? But the level of consciousness, that's what the name of the game is, for you to become fully conscious, to attain the Christ or the Krishna, whatever the fuck these motherfuckers be talking, to become the enlightened one. Not just having, intelligence or being able to talk about a couple of things or being able to sort or it's not about sounding smart or cute. But when you become the enlightened one, you become that. It's a conscious. That's why I was saying in my past recording, I talked about spirituality as a living experience. You being a living mind, you know, to have knowledge is the point is for you to become wisdom, is to become wise. Like you want to have knowledge and be fucking stupid? Like what the fuck? What are you using it for? You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? So that type of devotion to yourself is the only way for you to make it out of it. I mean, it's like you in a prison, but there's no prison. You know what I'm saying? It looks like a prison, but it's not a prison. That's what we're telling you. Hey, man, just wake up. It's not a prison, motherfucker. Yeah, it feels like it when you don't know who you are. That's why the true masters was never concerned about Earth, nor to make a big deal out of it or to separate it from anything. It doesn't matter. So when you start looking at things that way, even in life, you have transcended too. Like for me, death has a whole different meaning. So when I see people dying or people who are dead, or you know what I'm saying, I look at it on a whole different level. I understand it's just living one life to go to another. Then when you see life this way, immortality have a different meaning to you. But for you, immortality, since you're looking at you are in a prison, meaning you don't know your true nature. You are ignorant. That's why the only reason anybody's not conscious is because they're fucking ignorant. Nothing else. Because you fell for the separation. That's what the niggas are trying to tell you in the fucking Matrix. That's what the Matrix is. A lot of you are stuck into the Matrix, like the government, all of that. And well, the Matrix all around you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's like you tend to look at the Matrix as just that, but it goes beyond. It's everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like you put yourself in the prison now, but just by talking about the Matrix, or just by looking at the Matrix the way you're looking at it. Oh, this is for the enlightened ones, the devoted ones. Because this type of knowledge, like I know a guy like me or any other like people who I see who's teaching, they're all devoted to who they are. That type of devotion is just unfucking questionable. And the more you become pure, the more you are, attaining the higher consciousness. Well, guess what? The better of a human being that you become. Like I truly don't judge motherfuckers. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I'm honest with niggas. First of all, because I gotta be honest with myself. You're just standing there. You're just witnessing me being myself, and that's my job. Because as a teacher, I can't teach you anyway. I can only reflect what's inside of me, and that's what the teaching is all about. And as I materialize it too, now I become that in life. When you see it, you know what that fucking energy is. So, nigga, telling you. Yeah. So the more conscious you become, the more you are reflecting those divine inherent qualities in you. That's how you beautiful. You having compassion for motherfuckers. You forgive niggas. Truly forgive them. I mean, that doesn't mean I gotta fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, man. It's not personal, baby. I'm not losing no sleep. Yeah, man. Still look good, baby. And guess what? You know I'm gonna look better. Hey. Got nothing to worry about. I got everything I want and more. So it's only right that I get more. So when we're talking about becoming abundant, not just that, but seek the kingdom of God, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't need 100 pennies. Get 4 quarters. That's how I roll. You know what I'm saying? You don't need 100 pennies, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit's, you know what I'm saying? It's floating around. It's pretty much everywhere. We dropping shit everywhere. Come on. Fuck around our shit. I got me just a coin. I walk around like this. Come on, man. You gotta master yourself. So even Michael Jackson, and I'm saying even not because, well, I guess it depends on how you looking at what I'm about to say. You know, he tells you the men in the mirror. This is another way of telling you, hey man, you are the outside is you. There's no difference. You create your reality, man. Your reality's been created by other people for you. You know, and in this society, and you know, when you become a member in my Patreon, I break down about, you know, how a lot of people are living their lives based on who they should be. And that's what, you know, you guys tend to look at just being the matrix. It goes a little bit off shit, a lot deeper. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, that's why you don't know your you don't know your identity. And when you don't know who you are, man, you pretty much anything. As you're becoming a little more conscious of you, that's how you're able to build character. Now you're sitting in your crown, like you sit in your power. Yeah, that's what I want. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. That's true power. You let people talk. You, nigga, please. Nigga, please. Fuck. Nigga, please. So again, but all of these things are taking place inwardly and they're also being reflected, you know what I'm saying? Like as you're growing on the inside, you know what I'm saying? You're building more character, nigga, I don't fuck with you, man. It's all good. It's good. I'm gonna do this. But not good, man. I think I'm gonna go by myself. Thank you, man. All right, I'll see you later. That's it. I ain't gotta explain shit to you, motherfucker. Fuck for what? I gotta explain myself to you. You crazy. You know what I'm saying? Shit. All right. I didn't think my action needed some sort of explanation. You know what I'm saying? Did I kill you? You know what I'm saying? You I eat your food? Well, nigga, shit, I do whatever the fuck I want. Am I bothering you? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Did I fuck your bitch? Come on now. I'm walling. But I'm saying all of that though. Say, technically, you know, um, you know, as it is within, so it is without. But most importantly, I'm also showing you how this is also reflected in our reality. And now, when you have something like the occult or us spiritual healers, that's what we're helping you to have the sight to truly help you to find your true identity. And as you're doing so, that's how the whole development, like the living experience, that time, like becoming a god on earth. Do you see what I'm saying? And think about it this way too. Like when you see quality in you see quality in others too. That's why to the pure, all it's pure. Someone who doesn't see quality in themselves, or they don't see themselves past just the physical shit. Well, that's why these niggas do the shit that they do for physical shit. Do you see what I'm saying? Like someone who's selfish, they just go out only after what they want, just for their benefit. And whoever they step on doesn't matter. Whereas self love, on the other hand, when you seek those internal qualities in you, then you look for somebody else who has that. Do you see what I'm saying? You go for somebody else that has that because now you see things differently. And I also wanted to say this too, and this is why anybody who's not fully conscious, you are automatically insane. The only way to be a good human being is to fully become spiritual, the enlightened one. Because we are truly the one who's making this world a better place, not the government. I mean, they rocking you to sleep. We're waking you up. We're not against them because we're there to work for them too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's getting the business here. Everybody's welcome here. But we also understand not everybody will get it too. But anyway, so then, like you start looking at this life on a whole different level. Meaning, it's not what it appears to be. And that's what when the Indian called this a fucking illusion. Well, shit, yeah. The illusion is all around you. You know what I'm saying? Like you never fuck a bitch just because she got a fat ass. And then she's stupid, fucking stupid. And you're like, shit, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Would you stay with her because she got a fat ass? I'm saying, depending on where you at with it, you can stay with her just for you to look good outside. Have at it. But again, all of that has to do with how you're looking at yourself again. So for you to look good outside, if you got to do anything, that's how people are living their life for other people. But when you in tune with the person that you are, that's when it's opposite. People who are living their life for other people, they're looking for control, they're looking for power, they're looking to be seen. That's why they always compete with everybody. Whereas when you know who you are, then you become the natural light. These motherfuckers, they envy you You got it so easy, so they think, because they don't know anything about the internal work. That's what make them superficial. The illusion, delusional. Well, that's your average motherfuckers. So now I'm also trying to let you know, not just about being devoted to this life. That's why in the Matrix they tell you, you know what I'm saying, anybody's potentially a fucking agent. Only when you become conscious. So technically, us like beings, like you gotta, you know what I'm saying? There's a few things you will learn. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That there's a reason why you might want to associate yourself with like-minded motherfuckers. Because as you like, for me, it's like, ah, shit, been a victim of that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers trying to kill me because I look too good. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, when they get I'm just being me. What the fuck? You want me to be me? Who would you like me to be? You know what I'm saying? Shit, because if I'm not being me, man, there's no point of me being anything. You know what I'm saying? Because anything else I'm gonna be, it's not me. Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I got nothing I got nothing to show here, man. You got nothing. You got nothing. Literally nothing. And I'm dumbing this shit down, you know, the best I can. You know, we're getting down like Brandy, like you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So only true spirituality, you know, that's when you become a great human being. You don't judge motherfuckers. You have compassion for other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You being honest with motherfuckers. You know, those are some of the spiritual laws. The spirit man, or I can't recall the terminology they used. You know what I'm saying? But when you are born of the spirit, how the fuck do you want to put it? But what they're saying there, being born in the spirit, is really talking about you knowing who you truly are. When the monks are saying namaste, they say it to the peasants. And they say it to balance themselves because to let them know we are all the same. This is how they humble who they are. We are all the same. Without consciousness, I get it. But we're still, you still me, and I'm still you. That's compassion. That's embracing, you know what I'm saying, a young, you know what I'm saying, like a fucking youngin. You know what I'm saying? It's okay, baby. I've been there. So it's very young. Hey, I've been there, baby. It's all right, man. It's all right, man. Pick yourself up, baby. You didn't do anything wrong. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Because you kept going. Hey, listen, man. That's the work. But again, without devotion, you know, but you got to know who you are too. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be like a half like be spirituality. It's not like you're gonna church is a Saturday and Sunday shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you go back to regular shit, man. It's devotion, nigga. And all these niggas know about that too. 50 Cent was saying some shit. I fuck with this nigga, man. He was saying some shit. This nigga said disappear for a year, man. Just disappear for a year. In other words, he's telling you to devote to yourself, and you'll be amazed. So all these niggas, they know that shit. You know what I'm saying? You think that motherfucker's stupid? You think he's stupid? You must be stupid. You know what I mean? So again, it all comes down to, you gotta your identity. When you're living in a life where you acting based on who you should be, well shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know what I'm saying? That's what you got. I had this download where, you know, the other day, and I think I had mentioned that in my other or my past recording, where the spirit took me because I've been shit. So they took me to, I got to understand, like, how they say a lot of our ancestors, they used to live for like 2 to 300 years. That only happened because they were at their best. At their best, meaning, they materialize that divinity in them, in their food. These niggas weren't looking to live for 3 or 400 years. Nah, they were just fucking happy. And when you really think about it, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why you'll see, for instance, like some people will tell you, man, if you the more you laugh, it could add a couple years to your life. So what they're saying indirectly is that, what I'm saying, the frustration, the stress, all of that shit's killing you, man. It's not healthy at all. You know what I'm saying? So you can never be at your best. That's why spirituality, these motherfuckers was infused in nature. They understood they were one. See, that type of consciousness, that's what we call the Christ consciousness. Now, if you go to school, like so just say you go to university, it's great. You got a material type of knowledge. You don't truly know who you are. And because of that, you're stuck in that matrix, if you want to call it that. So school, I mean, it's just school, get married, and that's it. Raise kids, and then you do that all over again, but you're not fully experiencing yourself. So a lot of our ancestors, even their relationship was a lot better too. You know what I'm saying? The level of consciousness that they have with nature, and that's what being civilized is too. That's finding your beauty. That's beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? That's when true love. Like what the fuck, man? Like we're living in a society, niggas don't even talk about love. Shit, you probably think I'm weak. A punk ass nigga, bitch ass nigga. Niggas don't talk about love because now to be strong is to suppress your emotion. You know what I'm saying? And that's toxicity. And that's why it's being reflected. You know what I'm saying? It's like painful motherfuckers. It's a painful conversation. Even it's painful for me to listen to. Yeah. But lucky for me, being a healer, I know how to transmute all of that fucking energy. Oh yeah. Otherwise, what the fuck? Like, how would shit? Nigga, I transmute everywhere I go. You ain't gonna fuck up my beauty, nigga. I stay in my world. Oh, I'm devoted to this. You ain't gonna fuck me up because of your bullshit. What the fuck? Fuck out of here. The fuck? Your bullshit. You should have known better. Hey, somebody gotta take accountability, man, at some point. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it was you. saying? It was you, bro. No one else. It was you. Yeah, you. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're only mad because you got exposed. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's why you are deceiving. You know what I'm saying? Like when you don't know your identity, you are deceiving other people because you're not being true to yourself nor to other people. That's why people wear masks. You got to, because you're living how you should be. The mask become natural for you because you're not being who you are, and that's when all hell's breaking loose. There's nothing healthy out of that type of life. You're living to compare yourself with other people. The fuck? It's a competition. Of course, man. Like shit. It's what's the word that I'm looking for? Because that's what our society. That's how our society breed us too, man. What's the word? The fuck? Greed, man. Well, not just greed. What's the other word? You know what I'm saying? We have normalized greed pretty much. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what it was. You know what I'm saying? That's when you cross a nigga. Hey, it was what it was, baby. You know what I'm saying? My bad, dog. You know what I'm saying? If it was you, you would have done the same thing. Like, nah, nigga. The fuck? You see what I'm saying? It's like, hey, man, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it doesn't have to be that, though. Can't we share, motherfucker? The fuck? But again, it all comes down to how you look at yourself. You knowing your identity. So a lot of the confusion comes from the separation. In other words, you're not truly knowing your nature as you being a spirit, a living mind. So if you understand that, there's no fucking way, like, to even say spirituality is not part of your life. You crazy. Meanwhile, you'll see everybody or anybody who's talking about success or anything that they're talking about, those spiritual hints are all around us. Change your mind, change your thoughts, say your affirmation, change your energy, all that kind of shit. Those are just clues. Like motherfuckers now are telling you you could do the law, you could manifest shit. Well, nigga, if you can manifest some shit, what the fuck does that say about you? Who the fuck are you? So you think about it, you do that. That's what I'm saying. This is what the fucking illusion is. See, even when you're doing the law of manifestation, you still in the fucking illusion because you have not mastered it. Because the point of understanding the law of manifestation is for you to seek the kingdom of God. Seek the truth's gonna set you free. Like you still going for, you know what I'm saying, like small talk. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. You know what I'm saying? We big dogs over here, man. We bark differently. You feel me? Shit, we don't even have to bark. Just look at you, what's up. You know what I'm saying? You look at me in the dark, just the eyes alone, man. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, what's up? I'm all on you, all over you. So again, that's the beauty of knowing who you are, your true identity. That's why even us as human beings, we're not suppressing or saying, you know, the physical aspect is not what it is. But we come in terms with it. It becomes one. It becomes us. It is us. Like I always tell people, show me a body without spirit. I'm pretty sure you can. At the cemetery or a dead body. But anybody who's running around who's not dead, a spirit behind that. A strong body, a strong mind. You know what I'm saying? That's how you're able to do your fucking chakras to elevate your mind, open up your third fucking eye. Yeah, it's all fucking one. But anyway, I mean, that's a realization. Once you grasp that, your reality, you know what I'm saying? Just like I was telling you about my son and I, like your reality, I'm looking at the dots around me. You know, it's your degree of consciousness, but most importantly, you know what I'm saying? It's that living experience. But anyway, I'm gonna live it here. You know what I'm saying? Only the devoted one will be saved. Aisyen, bra, Mali.